He said to him, "Where you going?" He says, "I don't know." The next thing I know, he goes out the door, and it's the last time I ever saw him.
Here you go, Nick. Put a head on it.
Have another beer, Mr. Halloran?
I'll have another one.
To you, Halloran, for teaching me two things in my youth. This great newspaper man taught me never to trust anyone, especially Mr. Halloran.
But I told you how to get a story.
Yeah, for a price.
How come?
Now, what did Mr. Halloran do?
It was only 20 at the time, just a cub in the Gazette.
I told him to go to Machine Gun Riley to get a story. I figured that Riley would give the kid the scare of his life and just toss him out on his kisser.
No, you didn't. It was your idea of a joke.
So, what happened?
Machine Gun Riley tossed me out of a second-story window. I was in the hospital for 3 months.
Mr. Halloran, you haven't changed in 20 years.
Well, I mean well. I'm just a guy who likes a practical joke.
Sure, you mean well. Your idea of a practical joke is to get somebody to break a leg. Yeah, good night, you sadist. I gotta get back to the desk.
So long.
Good night,
All right,
Jim.
Jim. Any big headlines tonight, Mr. Halloran?
Nah, it's the deadest night in years. Either a story breaks or answers to the love long will be the hottest news in the 9 a.m. final.
Mr. Halloran,
Why, Johnny, my boy, you woke up.
will you stake me to a drink?
Well, sure, Johnny. Give him a drink.
Gee, thanks.
What'll it be, John?
Could I have the good stuff?
Certainly, give him the good stuff. What's the matter, Johnny?
You didn't have to do that, Mr. Halloran. That wasn't funny. I burnt my tongue.
It was just a little furniture polish. John, here's the good stuff. And it's on the house.
Oh, thanks a lot, Nick.
Mr. Halloran! Yeah, Mr. Halloran!
What's the matter, Timothy?
Hey, Mr. Halloran, get a load of this. It's the morning edition.
Let me see. What is it? Let me see. Oh. World ends tonight, 11:45.
It must be a mistake. Let me read it. Let me read it.
What's the matter, Mr. Halloran?
Collision with Mars. Mars pulled out of its orbit by sudden gravitational shift in the sun's powers.
Go on. What else does it say?
Mars is pulling toward the sun and rushing for the Earth. It hits us at 11:45 tonight.
It gives us only 3 hours.
Well, I ain't got my glasses on, but you say it's all going to happen in 3 hours?
3 hours and goodbye.
Well, maybe it's just a scare.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Mr. Halloran?
No. It says right here, Harvard University and Palomar both confirm it. Best astronomers in the country agree. Dead. All of us dead in 3 hours.
Well, what are we gonna do, Mr. Halloran?
Where you going, Johnny?
Well, I don't know. I've only got 3 hours to live. I guess I ought to do something with them hours. Something I better hurry.
Well, what are you gonna do, John?
I don't know.
How that stumblebum fell for it.
The composing room sure yelled about setting up extra type for a limited edition of 1.
So what? Boy, I was scared that Johnny would read the rest of the page. But he hasn't got glasses. That's what I was counting on.
I wonder what it'll do.
Who cares? It was a great gag.
You know, he was mighty scared, Mr. Halloran.
Well, what the devil's he got to be scared about? His world ended years ago.
Set him up, Nick. I'll stand a treat.
Just seeing the expression on the old guy's face was worth the trouble. End of the world.
Mr. Stern. Mr. Stern.
Oh, it's you, Johnny. The usual half pint?
Oh, I ain't got any money. But that don't matter no more, does it? I mean, seeing as how We only got a few hours left.
What are you gabbing about?
Ain't you heard, Mr. Stern? The world's coming to an end at 11:45.
Sure, sure. So I'll tell you what, Johnny. Because the world is coming to an end, I'll put you on a cuff for a half a pint. You can pay me next week.
This ain't no time to joke, Mr. Stern. Next week we won't be here. Why can't you give me some real good liquor? It can't make no difference now to you or to me. All of us ought to do something good for the little time we got left. Something decent. You could do me a big favor. Just once more before I die, I'd like to taste fine stuff like that. There was a time I used to drink imported cognac, believe it or not.
Look, Johnny, I'm taking inventory. It's late. I'm a busy man. Leave me alone, huh? Now take this and leave. I said beat it, Johnny. You come back, Johnny! Come back here, Johnny! Give me the police.
Can't let a man alone. Never did them no harm. It's no time to be mean to anybody.
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. You were taking wine home for dinner? And the bottles are all broken. And your nice coat is all spotted.
Yes, ma'am. Why?
Oh, well, I must make amends. I only live around the corner. I could clean your coat and give you a nice hot cup of tea. Come, pretty. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Come on, Mimi. You don't like tea?
It's hot.
Do you know, you're the first gentleman in 15 years since Gregory who's been allowed in this house.
Gregory?
Oh, he's the largest one. The German Shepherd with the beautiful tail.
I don't understand how a nice lady like you, isn't married.
Well, when I was young, I had high hopes. But then as the years passed, no one asked. Do you drink your tea?
Ain't it been lonesome?
Oh, gracious, no. With my church work, and the dogs, and walking in the park, and I don't have time to be lonely.
You've been lucky.
Are you married?
I was.
Oh.
She died, the baby died.
Long ago?
30 years.
There's no one left?
I got an older brother, Chuck, I ain't seen years and years. Funny. I ain't thought about any of it in a long time.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have asked you questions of such a personal nature.
Oh, no, that's all right. It's just that I ain't had nobody to talk with. I guess that's why I ain't thought about her, or the baby, or Chuck. When you ain't got nobody to talk with, you don't do much thinking or remembering.
Is anything the matter?
Oh, no. Ma'am.
Yes?
Miss Green, could I put a little something stronger in this tea?
Oh, dear. If you must.
Thank you. Oh, I wish you would have just a little. It flavors the tea.
Oh, well, just perhaps a few drops.
Mm-hmm.